The only real prophet of 19th century was Dostoyevsky, and not Karl Marx, says Albert Camus. Hello, good evening, and welcome to a new episode of Arguably the Reading Quest. I am Nishant. Sorry for the unusual delay in the video. My apologies. Uh, and as promised, I'm going to take you to a tour of my collection of Dostoevsky, and I hope you will like it. So, the very oldest collection of mine of Dostoevsky books goes back to these hard copies. And surprisingly, I mean, nostalgically, I'll say, uh, you know, here it is written, it is printed in the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. And this is Raduga Publishers. Raduga Publishers, Mir Publications, Moscow. I mean, these were very famous once upon a time in India. JNU old bookshops, used to have these kind of books. So this is at Raduga Publications. And you'll be surprised that these books with me are more than 20 years old. And in Delhi's humid climate, even in Calcutta's humid climate, I shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. You see, I mean, the pages have not, yellowed out. Very beautiful cover back. So this is Notes from the Dead House. Notes from the Dead House, perhaps the only book of Dostoevsky that was liked by Tolstoy. And on the jacket, it is written, there is an excerpt of the letter from Tolstoy. Tolstoy says that, mm, you know, uh, that it is a good, edifying book. I enjoyed myself all the day yesterday as I haven't for a long time. If you see Dostoevsky, tell him that I love him, says Tolstoy in a letter to one of his friends. So this is Notes from the Dead House at Raduga Publisher. This is again at Raduga Publication, The Insulted and the Humiliated. Trust me, guys, the paperback is so beautiful. The paper quality is so amazing that it has not yellowed out. Again, published at Raduga Publishers, 1989, printed in the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. And this is translated from Russian by Olga Shatse. Olga Shatse. However, there are many new translators that have come up, I'll tell you. And this is the first, novel of Dostoevsky, Poor People, with which he shone to the limelight. Again at Raduga Publishers, Moscow. The best way to start Dostoevsky is to start with his short stories. So, this is a beautiful compendium anthology of short stories, great short works of Dostoevsky. This is published at Perennial HarperCollins. And, the shorter works include Notes on the Underground. Notes on the Underground deserves a separate treatment altogether. So, I'll show you another, edition of Notes from the Underground exclusively. Apart from this, The Gambler, A Disgraceful Affair, The Eternal Husband, The Double, White Knights, A Gentle Creature, The Dream of a Ridiculous Man. Dream of a Ridiculous Man has also been, translated by many people from Delhi NCR, and it has already been enacted as a play. And the play is titled Ek Betuka Aadmi Ki Afra Raatein, Dreams of a Ridiculous Man. So, guys, my suggestion to you, if you're looking to venture deep into existentialism, please don't read Nietzsche, please don't read mm, you know Camus, Simone de Beauvoir, Sartre, Milan Kundera. Please don't read Saul Bellow, right? Please read Dostoevsky for a year, completely, year, 2 years, 3 years. Read all the works of Dostoevsky, and then you are fully ripe to take a plunge into existentialism and beyond. So this book, the book that ranks next to Bible, yes, I don't say that, the critics say that, The Brothers Karamazov. The Brothers Karamazov, it is translated by Constance Garnett. So if you see all the older translations, I mean, the generation almost for 50, 60 years, a generation of readers have read, if it is to be read in English, the translation by Constant Garnett. Some people criticize Constant Garnett that he makes he looks he he tried to uh, cloth Dostoevsky sound like Dickens, but I don't know how far the criticism is valid because I haven't read any parallel translation of the Brothers Karamazov other than Constant Garnet. However, I am planning to read a second translation, a newer one by Michael Capps, but let's see how and when it will be possible. As I told you, Notes from the Underground deserves uh, exclusive treatment. Notes from the Underground, perhaps one of his most difficult book, Notes from the Underground. And this is not by Constant Garnet. This is translated by Michael R. Katz, a very newer translation of Michael R. Katz. It has been said that Michael R. Katz has moved away from the Victorian style syntax of English language, and he has tried to retain the aphorism, the punch, the syntax, and the subtle wit and sarcasm of Dostoevsky alive. So this is at Norton Critical Edition. Norton Critical Editions are by far the best. Best because you will get fully annotated editions, a lot of references, criticism and analysis. Again, Crime and Punishment, one book that deserves, uh, high praises and it cannot be overstated. Crime and Punishment. This is again at Norton Critical Edition. मैंने ये Calcutta के College Street से लिया था. I bought it from College Street, Calcutta. I suddenly stumbled upon this book and I got it at some 500-600 rupees. Now, if you'll search at Amazon, it might cost you 1500 plus. Another translation, this is The Idiot at Everyman Classics. What I particularly like about Everyman Classics, apart from the beautiful hardbound and the acid-free paper and embossed printing, is that every book at Everyman's Classic is you know the text is preceded by an introduction, the introduction by a scholar on that subject. So here the introduction is given and it is a newer translation again after Constant Garnet. Richard and Larissa are very much, the translation by Richard and Larissa are very much popular. So in Everyman Classics, you will find the translation by Richard and Larissa. It has been said that Richard and Larissa have been very much close to uh, the Russian syntax. So it's for you to decide. But I would like to read, Brothers Karamazov by Michael Katz. Only then I'll be able to comment upon the translation by, Constant Garnet versus Michael Katz. So this is one book that is to be, cherished. It's beautiful, beautiful hardbound. You can see. Again, translator of, sorry, biographer of Dostoevsky. So what I'll say, what Walter Kaufmann is to Friedrich Nietzsche, Joseph Frank is to Dostoevsky. So this is Lectures on Dostoevsky by Joseph Frank. So if you want to read apart from Dostoevsky any critical analysis, any philosophical nuances, literary nuances, nuanced work on the works of Dostoevsky, then definitely Joseph Frank is to be read. So this is a series of lectures published at Princeton University Press. It's a beautiful hardbound, you can see. Now, you'll be surprised a man of such, colossal genius as Joseph Frank was. He wrote 5-volume books on the 5 distinct phases of Dostoevsky, a biography of Dostoevsky in 5 volume, and each volume consists of more than 1000 to 1200 pages. So you can close to 7000 pages biography of Dostoevsky, and a compendium of which, an abridged version of which. So this all the 5 volume is shortened, abridged into 1 volume. Dostoevsky, a writer in his time by Joseph Frank. So all of these books are separated as treated as a separate chapter in this book, with a lot of literary analysis and philosophical commentary. So this is very prized possession of mine, and I cherish it. I have read a few chapters from it, So if you want to delve deeper into the nuances of Dostoevsky's work, Joseph Frank is definitely, to be read. So that is all from my side, guys. The only books that I don't have is, I assume, is The Devil or The Demons or The Possessed, as is made translated in New English by Dostoevsky, and one Reminiscences of Dostoevsky by Anna Dostoevsky. So that is all from my side, guys, in this episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Happy reading. If you've still not liked, shared, and subscribed my YouTube channel, arguably The Reading Quest, please do that. Please press the bell icon. Thank you so much.